Hello again, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, and it's time for another edition of Landscape Makeover. This one I like to call a patio with curves. So this particular client lives in a section of San Diego called Point Loma, very close to the ocean. You can actually see the ocean from their front yard, and they had this rather boring backyard, just simple lawn, very small patio. They wanted a larger patio for entertaining and socializing, so I did a design for them and decided to make it a split level patio rather than just pave over the whole thing and give it some curves, again inspired by the ocean views from their front yard. I wanted to put a little curve in the patio, so we of course laid it out with the big red hose, and then it's time to start actually building the wall. The first step was to build the wall. Now again, the back section is going to be a raised patio about 2 feet high, and that's where we needed to start with the retaining wall. So as you see here, we started with the foundation and then built up the wall using CMU blocks that we could trim and cut to make this soft, gentle curve that created the patio. The CMU blocks were reinforced with the rebar, and we eventually kept curving and curving. And in this shot, you can see where we've finished curving, we finished building it up. Now it's time to start adding the stucco base coat on the outside. But importantly, on the inside where the patio is going to go, we wanted to make sure to put a waterproof seal so that it wouldn't leach through the stucco once everything was done, because the raised area was going to have water going into it. The drains, of course, are getting installed, but whenever you have a wall that is serving as a retaining wall, you want to put that special waterproof seal on it. Alright, so that's done. We've started to put down the base course for the pavers. There you can see they built some really beautiful curving steps as well. We put kind of a little higher wall than the initial design just to kind of serve as a guardrail for the patio itself, as well as a little seating area. The other part of this project was to build up some raised planter beds as well for both fruit trees and screening plants and other nice plants as well. So on the back half of it, in between the patio and the fence, to make it all one level, I included in the design 2 additional planter beds. So it was quite a lot of retaining walls to build this raised patio up. Alright, so we finished building up the walls. Now it's time to start bringing in the pavers. So these pavers, these are antique cobble pavers. The client actually mixed 2 different colors. They mixed yellow brown with the terracotta brown to get this really kind of neat color look. Anyway, so the pavers kind of really added some great color pop to this particular patio as well. And then we used a corresponding paver as the bridge cap on top of it. So here you can see the pavers are all done. Now we're starting to do planters. We're starting to bring in the plants for the perimeter planting areas, and then they're going to add that last little bit of stucco color to the wall. So once again, before, boring backyard, lawn, really small patio. The water fountain was important. As you'll see, we incorporated that into the design. And now the after, everything's done. We added a kind of a nice soft golden color for the stucco, really close to what the house is going to be. And they've created a huge upper patio as well as lower patio. We've accented it with bird baths and pots and other kind of really neat tropical plants and these beautiful colored pavers. And there's the water fountain that was there before. We created kind of a curving patio right around the water fountain as well. And again, in one corner we have fruit trees, another corner we have the butterfly garden, and a really beautiful patio. But there's more. One of the cool things about this particular project, in addition to all the curving walls, was that we had a really nice lighting design as well. So the lights kind of got broken into 2 parts of it. The first part were the cafe lights or string lights that we rigged from the existing palm tree, tied it to the house, connected it to the house and the garage in a couple different spots, and then put a remote controlled Wi-Fi power source on the tree so the client could control all that as well. And the second part of that was also the built-in lights that we built into the steps and wall as well. And there we have the really nice lights at night that created kind of a really cool effect. The cafe lights were also Wi-Fi controlled, so not only could they be turned on with the use of his phone, but they also can change color and pulse. These are really nice lights he got at Costco, and they can be programmed to be in different colors: red and green for Christmas, red, white, and blue for 4th of July. Really kind of a neat final touch, or just plain on when you want to just add a lot of overhead light to it. So when you're doing an outdoor patio, definitely want to think about up lights and step lights and that's a great last shot of that particular patio. It really turned out well. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank Nealon Landscaping for doing a great job on this construction with the walls and the lights and all the tricky parts of getting all the material into this small backyard. They're based here in San Diego. And that's it for now. Hey, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this edition of Landscape Makeover, and subscribe to get more of my garden videos as well. Till next time, thanks so very much for watching. This is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying we'll see you next time.